Good morning, Bob the Spider Hunter here. I'm just shooting with a little overlook. Behind me is the pond that we've been enjoying, the series on the fishing spider, at least the 6-spotted fishing spider. And this hat is from a friend of mine from Chicago. He thought it looked good if I was change my style of hat for my spider hunting videos, so he sent me this hat. Actually, he gave it to me last time I was down in Chicago to visit with him. But it's really for the, it's an actual authentic hat made in the, well, it's from the West Indies in India. So yeah, it's a different kind. It reminds me of the movie Jumanji. Anyway, so I just thought I'd have it on for a little bit so you could enjoy a new look to Bob the Spider Hunter with a little West Indian look. Anyway, here's what we're going to be doing today with today's video. This is episode 8. And today we're going to be looking at a little more background on what's still happening at the pond. It is right now, it's about 42 degrees in West Michigan at the pond area. And it is, it's late in March, almost April. So yeah, I dressed a little warmer for today. Anyway, we're going to be taking a look at some of the other things that happened in that in-between time before the 6-spotted fishing spider makes its appearance on the pond. But of course, we're going to be showing a lot of spider videos today of the 6-spotted fishing spider. In particular, we're going to be looking at the behaviors of this amazing spider and why it even gets the name fishing spider. I think you'll find it fascinating and even amusing. At least I did when I first started learning about this spider that is just phenomenal in the abilities that it has in its DNA that makes it a very unique spider. And I'm not going to be leaving out what I promised you from the last episode. We'll see what happened to that male 6-spotted fishing spider out in search of a female. All right, let's get on with the video. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a great day. The pond is kind of quiet now. It's getting into the first part of April. And the wood frogs have left the pond to return to the woods from which they came to mate. Now that that breeding process is over, most of them are now back into the woods. Even the spring peepers are quiet now. So this is a time of transition. More rains will come and more life will eventually return to the pond as the waters warm up. It's just downright eerie to have it so quiet from what it was just 2 weeks ago with all the racket from the wood frogs, the spring peepers, the western chorus frogs, and even a few others, I'm sure, to be almost nothing today. two males made a run for the pond. After I lifted the leaf, this is what I discovered. 3 more males were attempting to mate with the female. She's the pink-colored frog on the bottom. The female is not happy with my presence and makes it known with the sound of her croaking. Well, let's speed up that chronological clock like we did last time and take you into the early parts of summer, where we'll pick up the continuing saga of the six-spotted fishing spider and its life in this vernal pond. Gonna flip this old tie over and see if we can find any salamanders here. Nothing on the ground. Ah, check this out. In the crevice underneath the old railroad tie. Looks to me like a pretty good size blue-spotted salamander. Wow, he's got himself pretty well squished into the crevice of that wood. But yeah, that's what we got here. Blue-spotted salamander. I'm going to take him out, take a look at him, and give you a little closer look. And then I'm going to disinfect my hands. They've already been cleaned and disinfected, so I don't get any oils or things from my skin onto the skin of this beautiful animal. And then after I get him back, I'll clean my hands again, because the skin of the salamander can carry some bacteria and sometimes some toxins. So we want to be careful with that. Since there's not much else out here today, this makes for an interesting and enjoyable find. Look at you. Kind of stiff when it's cold out. Come here, let me just get a closer look at you. Since I have you out here in the breeze, I'm going to put a little water on you so you don't get your skin dried out. It's important, if you're going to be looking at or handling salamanders, that they have to be kept moist. If their skin dries out, their life dries out. So he's back in his home, safe and sound, and as moist as he can be. That was a find that just really made my day. Back at the pond, we find the six-spotted fishing spider in one of its more natural positions. No, it's not sunbathing, it's actually fishing. Any good fisherman worth his weight in hooks will wait and wait and wait for that special nibble that may land him a catch. Perhaps unique to this species, this is how it fishes. It will rest a couple of its front legs on the surface of the water, a mid-leg pushing its foot below the surface of the water, and its back two legs securing its position so that it won't move. It can feel the slightest vibration of movement below the water. It can tell if it's a tadpole,
a small frog, an aquatic beetle, or even a small fish. Depending on the prey, it will determine the spider's reactions. If it feels something it might enjoy, it will waste no time in diving into the water and swimming to the prey and snatching it with its long legs. This spider not only has great camouflage, but it can also walk and run across the surface of the water. And when needed, it has lightning-fast movements. I introduced a stick to force it into making a reaction, but it's not the reaction I was looking for. It was determined to stay on its leaf. Another amazing ability of this spider is that it can swim very well, and it can dive underwater and stay there for up to a half hour. It does this amazing thing with little tiny hairs all over its body that attract oxygen molecules, so when it's under the water, it appears silver in its oxygen-coated body. It breathes by drawing the oxygen in through specialized slits on the underside of the abdomen. It took this spider a lot of coaxing to get it to remove itself from its leaf. My repeated attempts to startle the spider were in vain because I wanted her to dive under the water, which she refused to do. Like many animal species, this spider has a mottled look with its white coloration, a little different than normal, and fast on its feet.
It's midday on the pond, and the overhead warm sunshine, even though it's a cool day today and quite breezy, has brought a lot of wildlife out, including the six-spotted fishing spiders.
And this female fishing spider is assuming the position that is taken by most of these spiders on the surface of the pond during the day, unless, of course, it's looking for a new fishing place or a male in pursuit of a female. A small disturbance behind the spider initiates a rapid response. Everyone, it seems, is enjoying the sunny day. Even this snapping turtle has come up from the depths of the muddy murks of the bottom to get a little sunbathing in. These are great predators. They will take out frogs, they will take out snakes, and they also can just even take out the fishing spider. Back on the other end of the pond, that would be the shallower of the two ends, the fishing spiders continue to enjoy their day. This female is a mother. She's carrying her egg sac, which is held in her jaws. The wolf spider carries its egg sac attached to the spinnerets at the tail end of its abdomen. This damselfly has parked itself on some green grass high above the surface of the pond, on which is a six-spotted fishing spider. Both are enjoying the warmth in the pond today. As promised from the last video, we will find out if the male six-spotted fishing spider found his female that he was in pursuit of. We pick him up in that pursuit. He has not paused for fishing. There's plenty of things in the water that he could go after for food, but he has other things on his mind, and that's the pursuit of the female. low-flying damselfly startles him. There's a new sound on the pond these days. It's that of the green frog, the larger of frog species that inhabit this pond. The old boy seems to have lost his scent of the female, but he's still persistent in finding her. Another feature of the six-spotted fishing spider, which you can observe here, is the process of locomotion, or getting from place to place. What the spider is exhibiting here is what's known as the oar technique, like pushing the oars on a rowboat through the water to push oneself forward. Left side to go right, right side to go left. Our meal seems to be on something now. Let's watch if he meets the lady of his life. We will never know for sure, but perhaps the same fate that led this male in persistent pursuit of the female was the same path that led to the female's demise as well. What we do know is that he tossed caution to the wind, and in his pursuit of breeding, it caused his own end. What looks like a wonderful place to live from the observer, to the inhabitants of the pond, it can be a very hazardous place to live.